Another current affair, okay, another current affair, what is called as, okay, this is all related with recent current affair, okay. See, we know that, okay, especially in the last 2 years, okay, NBFCs, after this NBFC crisis, okay, and non-banking finance companies and housing finance companies are having liquidity shortage, okay, and banks are reluctant to give them liquidity or loans. So in order to, and you know that NBFC and housing finance company play a very important role in providing credit to unreachable customers and unreachable areas. So they play especially to MSME sector. They are a major MSME sector. It's mainly NBFC is giving a lot of loans to MSME sector, and you know that housing finance companies is providing to low cost loans. Okay, so in order to support these two sectors, this was launched. Partial credit guarantee scheme was launched by the was approved by the Union Cabinet. Okay, so what this partial credit guarantee scheme is all about is that Union Cabinet, under this scheme, will provide a guarantee, a credit guarantee. Okay, if public sector bank, okay, if they purchase high rated pool assets from financially sound NBFC. Okay, so in order to provide liquidity to NBFCs and high housing finance company, what the government have done is, it has provided guarantee to those loans or to those credit highly, see, this is very important point, okay, financially sound NBFCs and housing finance company, they are facing liquidity shortage. So in order to ensure that the bank give them loan, if the bank is giving loan to housing finance companies and NBFCs, that loan, that credit will be guaranteed by, if the NBFC defaults or housing finance company default, the bank need not to worry because that credit has been guaranteed by the central government. So basically, what the public sector bank will do, public sector bank will purchase high rated pool assets from highly financially sound NBFCs and housing finance company. Okay, so purchasing the credit assets, okay, loans given by NBFCs and housing finance companies, they are providing liquidity to the financially sound housing finance companies as well as NBFCs. Okay, so this partial credit guarantee scheme is aimed at providing liquidity to NBFCs and housing finance companies through public sector banks. So this guarantee given by the central government, it is only to public sector bank. Another feature of this scheme is that the scheme will cover to those NBFCs, would cover NBFCs and housing finance companies that have slipped into SMA 0 category. It's another concept, okay. SMA 0 category during the 1 year period prior to August 1, 2018, and whose assets is having a rating of, pooled assets is having a rating of BB plus or higher. So they should have a rating of BBB plus or higher, even if their assets have gone into SMA 0 category from April prior to the period of August 1, 2018, they will be qualified under this partial credit guarantee scheme. You need to have an idea what is this SMA account. So basically they are special mention account, okay, they are special mention account. So SMA 0 account are those accounts where where the principal or interest or anything or any other amount, wholly or partially, is overdue between. So if there is a overdue, of 1 to 30 days, if there is an overdue of 1 to 30 days, either on the principal or on the interest or both, then that account is classified as SMA 0 account. Under the partial credit guarantee scheme, is applicable only to SMA account. Recently, the finance minister have been given the power to recently the Union Cabinet have allowed the finance minister to extend the validity of the scheme by up to 3 months. By currently, based on the current scheme, finance minister have been given the power to extend the scheme for up to 3 months. Now the government guarantee, okay, the government guarantee what will result is the government guarantee given for these assets of housing finance companies and NBFCs will result in, okay, this support and resultant pool buyout will help, buyout from public sector banks will help NBFCs and housing finance company resolve the problem of temporary liquidity or cash flow mismatch. Okay, so currently the NBFCs and housing finance companies is facing liquidity problem. So that will be addressed once the public sector banks take over their assets and give them liquidity or give them money. Okay, and it will enable them. So once the housing finance companies and NBFC will be having sufficient liquidity, they will continue to credit creation. Okay, they will provide lending to borrowers, especially MSME and other related sectors, and thereby not only they will create credit, as it will also support economic growth. Okay, so once the NBFC and housing finance companies will be having liquidity, they will also give loan to the respective sector where they were giving. Currently they were having liquidity problem, so that liquidity problem will be addressed when public sector banks will purchase their assets and in return will give them money, and that money will be used for further lending. I will answer this question. Regarding partial credit guarantee scheme, it allows for purchase of high rated pooled asset from NBFCs by public sector bank and private bank. Here private bank is wrong. They are purchased by, not by private bank, only by public sector bank. So first statement is wrong because there is private bank is there. So first statement is wrong means we can eliminate A and eliminate D. The scheme would cover NBFCs or housing finance company that may have slipped into special mention account 0 category. Yes, we know that second statement is correct. But even if you are eliminated A and D, we know that 2 is correct because B and C is having 2. Now, Ministry of Finance has the power to extend the validity of the scheme by up to 3 months. Yes, Union Cabinet have given the Finance Ministry to extend the validity of the scheme. So 2 and 3 is correct. So answer will be C, 2 and 3 only.